Hey everybody, my name is Blake Cadwell. I'm the co-founder at Soundly.com, and in this video, we're going to be talking about a very specific and important subsection of hearing aids on the market. We're going to be talking about the best affordable hearing aids as of early 2025. And this can be somewhat of a complicated topic because when you say the word affordable, it means different things to different people. So in this video, we're going to talk about our favorite hearing aids under $500, which is an important category of hearing aids for many folks. We'll talk about ones that sit somewhere in the middle at around $1,000 for a pair. And then we'll talk about prescription options that are more expensive than $1,000, but are less expensive than the national average of around $4,500. If we haven't yet met, my name's Blake. I'm a hearing aid wearer. I've tried over 50 different devices over the last year to understand what are the best hearing aids on the market. I also lead the team over at Soundly.com, where we sell over-the-counter hearing aids with additional services like a complimentary audiologist setup call with every single purchase. If you like what you see in this video, we'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people. With that, let's get into it. Okay, so before we talk about our favorite brands under $500, for $1,000, and then for a little bit more, let me just explain how I see the world of hearing aid pricing today. In my hands, I've got a $7,000 pair of hearing aids. These are the Phonak Sphere Infinio. You can walk into local clinics around the country and purchase this hearing aid along with typically 3 or 4 years of service. Now in this hand, I have a product that looks a lot the same. It's the same style, the same overall look, but it's only $399 for a pair and it's programmed and fit by you at home. This is the Elehear Beyond, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But if you're just getting started in your hearing aid search, you might wonder what drives the massive price disparity that you find in the hearing health market. And the simple answer is that most of it actually comes down to care instead of core technology. Now, sure, these Phonak Sphere Infinios have some extra bells and whistles. They have some additional capabilities on the technology side. But most of what's actually different when you purchase a pair of Phonaks versus when you purchase a less expensive over-the-counter product is the care that you actually receive. Phonak and other prescription brands like Resound, Oticon, Widex, Insignia are all purchased in a clinic typically with care from a local doctor. That means that you're helping to pay for all of the overhead in that clinic. The doctor's time, all of the time they will have during the follow-up appointments that they sit with you, the person at the front desk, the Wi-Fi, the internet, all of that goes into the end bill. Now, when you purchase a product directly online, a lot of those costs go away. The whole system is a bit more efficient. Now, you ultimately don't get as much face-to-face care, and over-the-counter hearing aids are only good for those with mild or moderate levels of hearing loss. But ultimately, when you think about the differences in prices for hearing aids, most of it comes down to the level of service and the level of care. Now, with all that out of the way, I've broken this video into 3 different sections. We're first going to talk about our 2 favorite hearing aids that are less than $500. So truly affordable, more consumer electronics type pricing. Then we're going to step up to a group of hearing aids that we see is actually our most popular. And those are priced at around $1,000 for a pair. Then I'll talk about how you can get affordable prices on prescription brands that you would typically get at a local audiologist. Now, if you do a quick search for hearing aids on Amazon, you'll find hundreds of different brands. Many of these brands I've never even heard of, and I've tried over 50 different devices in the last year. The prices on Amazon typically range from around $99 to maybe $500 or $600 for most of the affordable brands that are available on that platform. I've tested about a dozen of these ultra affordable hearing aids, and in most cases, I've been very disappointed by their performance. Typically, the fit is too uncomfortable or the sound quality just is not mature enough to handle any level of background noise. If someone sets a dish down across the room, I'm hearing that sound far louder than I'm hearing the voice of the person who's sitting right by me. When I review products, I try to wear them for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, sometimes months at a time. And when I try many of these ultra affordable hearing aids, I just can't keep them in my ears for more than 30 or 40 minutes. Thankfully, there are a couple of notable exceptions on the market. The first is Elehear Beyond. Now, Elehear Beyond has a traditional behind the ear style. The body of the hearing aid sits behind your ear. The wire goes up over the top of the ear, sits inside of the ear canal. It's pretty discreet in most ears and generally feels comfortable for all day wear. These also have 20 hours of battery life. They come with a recharge case and they're programmed using a smartphone app. We've done a full in-depth review of Elehear, which we'll link somewhere up here. The important thing to note is that the Elehear Beyond is just $399 for a pair. You can actually get it on Soundly for $379 for a pair right now. And you also get a complimentary setup call with our audiologist. She can walk you through all of the settings and how to tune and program your own hearing aids. These are truly affordable hearing aids that we find have pretty solid performance. Now, they're probably not the most advanced technologically on the market, but this is a product that I can comfortably wear all day, and it helps to manage background noise and gives me clarity of speech. We've been really pleasantly surprised by the customer feedback for Elehear Beyond on the ones that we've fitted to our customers over the last handful of months. This product came out in late 2024, and for anyone who's looking for a product under $500, this has become our clear choice. The other affordable option that you might consider is actually a product you might have in your own home, and this is AirPods Pro 2. If you have a pair of AirPods, these are the noise canceling version of AirPods, you can actually program them to be a starter pair of hearing aids using your iPhone. In late 2024, Apple rolled out an operating system update that effectively allowed you to take a hearing test and program these devices to turn them into a pretty decent pair of hearing aids. Now, in general, we don't find that customers are using their AirPods as all-day hearing aids in the way that you might with Elehear Beyond or other hearing aids on the market, primarily because of the form factor. It's a little bit less comfortable and it's much more visible. People might wonder whether you're wearing AirPods and listening to music or if you're actually engaged in conversation. Even so, if you have this product in your home, or if you're looking for a good pair of earbuds that work well with iPhone, get a pair of AirPods Pro 2, give them a try, set them up, and you'll get a sense for what hearing aids can sound like in your environment. AirPods Pro 2 are typically around $250 for a pair, so really incredibly affordable compared to what you're going to find across the rest of the hearing aid market. Again, we have a full review of AirPods Pro 2 and how they work as hearing aids, which we'll link somewhere up here. All right, so Elehear Beyond and AirPods Pro 2 are our recommendation typically for folks who want to spend less than $500. But let's say you have just a little bit more to spend and you're looking for something that you can really wear all day long, or maybe you're looking for an invisible in-canal device. In that case, we're typically going to recommend one of two brands. If you're interested in a product that sits behind the ear, has that traditional hearing aid style, which tends to be really comfortable in the ear, offers Bluetooth streaming and rechargeability, we typically recommend Sennheiser All Day Clear. This is a product that is made by Sonova, so actually the same parent company as Phonak hearing aids, which you'd find in a local clinic, but it comes at just $9.99 for a pair. Again, we've got some discounts available at soundly.com. Now, you'll be pushing the buttons and doing the programming from home, but we can guide you through that process and help you troubleshoot if you get stuck at any point along the process. Sennheiser All Day Clear is a really comfortable and mature product. Mature meaning it has the ability to handle things like sudden sounds or complex background noise, probably because it comes from the parent company Sonova, which knows so much about how to make really high quality hearing aids. So if you have a little bit more to spend, you can step up into something like Sennheiser. Now, alternatively, if you're looking for a product that sits inside the ear and you want something that's relatively affordable, we'd recommend you take a look at the Sony CRE-C20. This is an invisible style device. It's rechargeable, has an amazing 28-hour battery life. You can see this product itself is just tiny, sits entirely in the ear canal. If I put this in my ears, you're really going to not know that it's there. 90% of people wouldn't know that I'm wearing hearing aids. Even if I turn to the side, all you're gonna see is just a little dark shadow inside my ear canal. This is one of our best performing products at soundly.com. Our customers tend to love it. They love the invisibility, they love the rechargeability, and they like the mature sound quality. Now, one clear drawback with the Sony CRE-C20 and really with any invisible style hearing aid is that you can't stream Bluetooth to this device. So you won't be able to take phone calls directly or listen to podcasts into this device at this time. Simply because they've made trade-offs to make it really small, you've lost the ability to stream Bluetooth. We have a full review of Sony CRE-C20, which we'll link up here. Just like Sennheiser, the C20 retails for around $9.99 for a pair, and it comes from a notable parent manufacturer, WSA, which also makes Widex and Signia hearing aids. So you can see a trend emerging at this roughly $1,000 price point. You have the traditional hearing aid manufacturers, which make the products for in-clinic service, offering their technology through an over-the-counter channel. Now, at this point in the video, you've noticed that we've only talked about over-the-counter products as a part of this affordable hearing aid set. Now, there are certainly some options to get prescription hearing aids more affordably, but over-the-counter hearing aids typically tend to be the most affordable on the market. So how do you know if you're a candidate for OTC hearing aids? The first and most important factor is to understand your own hearing loss. If you head over to soundly.com, you'll see we have a quick 5-minute hearing test that will give you a sense for the severity and the shape of your loss. If you have mild or moderate hearing loss, you should be fine with over-the-counter products. If you have severe or profound hearing loss, you may need to go to a local clinic. We have a full in-depth video on how to read your hearing test, which I'll link somewhere up here. If you're someone who has severe or profound hearing loss, or you simply prefer to get your hearing aids face-to-face at a local clinic, there are still a few steps that you can take to get a more affordable price. The first is to put in a call to your insurance company. Now, in many cases, insurance does not cover hearing aids, but in some cases it does. And through a quick phone call, you can find out if you have any benefits to take advantage of. Now, in my case, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I do not have the ability to get my hearing aids paid for through insurance benefits. So where do I go next? There are a couple of additional steps that you could consider. One is to find a pre-negotiated discount hearing health network. Now, what that really means is that someone's gone out to a whole bunch of clinics and they've asked those clinics to guarantee a lower price in order for that network to bring them new customers. I'll link our favorite network below. You can check it out in the links below and check out their prices. Typically, if you go that route, you can save 25 or 30% off the typical MSRP for prescription hearing aids. As a trade-off, you may get less follow-up service. So maybe you'll get unlimited services for a year, but not for 3 years. And then typically you need to pay out of pocket if you need services past that first year. If you're a veteran, you may have the opportunity to get your hearing aids entirely paid for by the VA. I'll link our guide to the full VA process below. If none of these are good options for you, you could also get in touch with the Hearing Loss Association of America or your local Lions Club chapter. In some cases, they're able to help certain folks with the purchase of hearing aids. Now, one last option if you're looking for affordable prescription level care is to go to a local big box store. So both Sam's Club and Costco offer hearing aids and hearing services in clinic, and they can typically treat up to a severe hearing loss. And we have full reviews on the Costco process and the brands offered that you can check out on our YouTube channel. I'll link one right up here. But Costco is a good option if you're looking to save money and also get prescriptive level care. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for hearing aids, our recommendation to most people is to first start with a hearing test. You can do that locally or just take that test at soundly.com. Understand if you are a candidate for over-the-counter hearing aids or if you need to go the prescriptive route. And then once you have a sense for the path that you'll need to take, you can start to limit down the products that are of interest to you. If you have around $1,000, check out Sennheiser or Sony. If you have less than $500, take a look at Elehear Beyond. And if you have any questions throughout your process, you can get in touch with us at soundly.com. We have a phone number on the site. You can email us at hello@soundly.com, or you can drop comments below and we'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. I hope this video has been helpful and good luck with your research.